Is part of acting being honest?
As an actor, you're the biggest liar in the room, but everyone else around you is okay with it and it signs up for it. And I would say that an actor, I know there are people who are like, I'm a method actor, I'm 100% in it all the time. I'd say you're 2/3 in it and 1/3 aware that there are a bunch of people staring at you. I looked into the audience and just saw glistening eyes, but it was complete silence. Like, I want people to feel something, but if I don't feel it, there's no way they'll feel it. So the first thing I do, before any background research, before anything, I read the script, I figure out what is it's the GOAT is the statement. It's the goal, objective, tactic, expectation. If I don't know anything about this character, but what they're doing in the show, and like what they're saying, what can I tell about them based on this? And so then I start to think, how would I react in this situation if I was put in it? So I don't, like, when I think of Quasimodo and I start writing it, I'm not thinking of him as the hunchback. I'm not thinking of him as deformed. I'm thinking of him as, if I was him and I was interacting with these characters, why would I be saying what I'm saying? And so what I started to realize about Quasimodo was he was someone who would think all these thoughts and would have all these ideas and like know exactly what he would want to say, but it would never come out the way he wanted to say it, or it would be like, pushed aside. So like he talks to the gargoyles and creates this world where he has all these friends. And I think it's because like people need an outlet to bounce ideas off of and to like evolve. And so then I started realizing, I'm like, oh, Quasimodo's like a kid. Like he hasn't had many experiences outside, so I need to think back to my childhood. I'd have imaginary friends, that's what Quasimodo had. And I slowly realized like Quasimodo is this kid in this very strong deformed body. You have to figure out what like categories to kind of fit in and what parts of your life that you can either bounce off of or do the opposite. So if you know how this reaction is, then like, if I wasn't this way, what would it be like? When you're on the stage, like it is very real. And then you walk off and it's like, when you're off stage, it's you and your friends. And it's almost, and I think it adds to that whole thing about like lying, is that I immediately like turn around and am not that person that was just on stage. Everybody's walking off and is drinking out of their water bottles and laughing, and they're like, oh, I just screwed that up. And, or like, oh, well, how'd you do? Did your voice crack that time? And we're all joking around, and it's like, oh, I gotta get back on. And I'm back on like, and I'm about to do something horrible, or I'm about to die. Acting has definitely made me able to like read people and know how my words are affecting them, but also some mannerisms and things. If I do a voice, right, and I did a voice for a character, it's no longer, oh, that's my silly voice. It's like, oh, that's Callahan. Like, you're using that voice. And that's always weird to me because I'm like, but that's mine. Like, I was already doing that. It's just that now it's associated. And so I almost feel fake sometimes because I'm like, that's mine, but now I feel like I'm doing someone else's thing. And so that's kind of weird.
To what degree were you acting during this interview?
There were moments where I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't be doing that with my hand. Like, I think there was one point that I touched my head like this. I don't know. But I'm very aware of every movement I make. So I'd say that during this interview, like, I was very aware of all the fillers that I used. I know you could make a compilation me go, because I had no idea what I was saying. I'm very aware of how my face probably looks every time I speak, because I have to manipulate my eyebrows and stuff. It's just all very nuanced things that I'm just hyper aware of. And you have to have that awareness, because like, there are the different audiences. There are the Sunday matinee quiet old people. And you're like, what? They're not waking up. I gotta do something. Like, you're multitasking. And so I'd say that you need to be honest when you are your character, in the sense of you believe you are this person. But you are also this person on a stage 1/3 of the time.